Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to today's Michael's class. We're really excited because Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and we know that we all have those special galentines that we would love to give something with. And we have a special guest here, Miss wonderfully talented Bianca, and she's going to walk you through how you can use Mod Podge, Treasure Gold, and maybe some glitter to brighten your best friend's day. So without further ado, here she is.
Hi everyone, I am DIY expert Bianca Octavia, and I'm here today with Plaid Crafts and Michaels to show you guys how to create a 3D pop-up Galentine's Day card. And this is what it should look like when we finish. So I'll show you guys the front, then I'll show you the inside one more time. So this might look a little intimidating, but I promise it's actually pretty easy. So if you register, you should have already seen the list of supplies that you'll need for this project. So I'll go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is grab 2 of your poster boards. And we're gonna go ahead and fold both of these in half. And you wanna try to get it aligned as perfectly as possible. Perfect is not really possible in the crafting world, but we try to get as close to it as possible. This is handmade, so it might have some imperfections.
It's
so
just
that's one
a little
poster.
bit of love.
It's just a little bit of love, handmade love. So that's our first poster. We're gonna go ahead and fold the second one. Again, we're just gonna fold it in half. And then once this one is folded in half, we're gonna go ahead and set one of these off to the side. Let's see, are we aligned here? There we go. All right. All right, so we have both of our poster boards folded in half. I'm gonna go ahead and set one off to the side. And we are going to go ahead and jump into the part that actually makes our card 3D and pop up. So grab a ruler, and then we're also going to grab a pencil, and we're gonna go ahead and measure our slits. So let's start with the inside one. So I have my ruler here. Let's go about, let's see, how big is this poster? So this is right at about 22 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and make my first line / cut at about 9 inches in. All right, and let's make that about 3 inches wide. All right, then I'm gonna take my ruler and I am going to draw lines that are about 3.5, let's do 3 inches, 3 inches long. And so I know right now, you're probably like, how is this going to come out or work? But I promise, once we cut it, it will all make sense. So we'll go ahead and make our other mark here. So what do we say? About 3.5 inches. All right. So that is our first strip. So this is going to be the first pop-up in the middle of the card. And I'm gonna do 2 more on the sides. You can definitely do more at home if you would like, but we only have about an hour here, so I chose to keep it pretty simple. So let's see, if that's directly in the middle, let's maybe do our next one right at about, let's say, maybe 3.5 inches in. So again, we'll make a mark here, and we'll make it about 1, 2, 3, 3.5 inches wide. All right. So we're just gonna do the same process over again, but this time we do not want the strips to be this strip, the ones to the left and right, as long as this one, because we want our pop-up card to have some type of dimension. And I'll show you what I mean by that later on in the next few steps. So let's see. We'll keep this one at about 3 inches instead of 3.5. All right, so make another one. All right. All right, so that is 1 and 2, and then we'll make our last one. So what do we say? About right in here. Okay. So we'll make a line here, and then 1, 2, 3 inches. All right. Same process, and then this will be our last strip. So like we said, about 3 inches. The one in the middle was about 3.5 inches. All right. And then this one here. All right, so we are done with the strips. Go ahead and set your ruler off to the side. And we are going to cut this. We are going to grab some scissors and we're going to cut along these lines. Again, like I said at home, they don't have to be perfectly measured out. You don't even have to have 3. You can do a little bit more if you would like to. But once you finish that, you want to go ahead and cut along the lines. Super easy, super simple.
Yeah, just to confirm, Bianca, you're cutting on the side that's folded, correct?
Yes, you do want to cut on the side that is folded. Yep. So we're cutting on the edge that is folded. You do not want to cut on the side that is open. All right. So once you cut those, what we're going to do next is open up our card and we're gonna push those cuts through. So you want to pop them out. So that's one, and kind of fold it. Get that nice and sharp and creased. Go ahead and do your second one. And then I'll say something now, and later on you'll see a little bit more of what I mean. But when you are cutting your strips, you do want to kind of make them the size of the hearts that we're going to be using to decorate our card with. Because if your heart is too big or too small, it might not necessarily cover the strip. But again, I'll show you what I mean by that later on. So pull out your strips and then you're going to fold your card down. You're going to press those strips down as hard as you can. So once you finish this, you might even want to set a book on top of this or something heavy for a little while. So we're going to push, push, push. Fold, fold, fold. Get it nice and creased. Press down as hard as you can. All right. Open your card up, and there you go. And again, put it to the side. This is what I meant by dimension. So they're not all pushing out at the same length. But again, you can do it however you would like. So that is probably the hardest part of this project, which really wasn't even hard. So next step. You want to go ahead and bring your poster board that you set off to the side back over. And we're going to go ahead and attach these 2 poster boards together using some Mod Podge. So go ahead and open it up. And then you're going to grab some Mod Podge and a paintbrush. And we're going to add a thin layer to one side. So I'll call this the bottom side. So I'm going to grab a paintbrush. Dip it in lightly. You don't want to use too much because you don't want it to be all lumpy, you know, through the other poster board that we're going to set on it. If you have a glue gun at home, you can certainly use that. When I tried this out at home the first time, I was actually out of glue sticks and I didn't feel like going to the store. I was like, you know what? Mod Podge will work. That is what I use. So you can definitely use that at home if you have it. So like I said, we're just going to add a thin layer. We'll add another layer up here at the folded edge. And then once this is covered, we'll set our cut poster board right on top of it. I'm even going to add just a little bit in the middle, just for some extra security. But again, a thin layer, not too much. All right, I think that should be pretty good. So you're going to bring your cut poster board back over and you're going to set it down right on top of that Mod Podge that we just put on the poster. Try to line it up as perfect as possible. Again, like I said, I know perfect is not possible, but you want to get as close as you can. All right, and just press it down. And if you need to, you can go back in and add a little bit more Mod Podge. I'm going to add just a tad bit more right around these cut slits. All right. And then once we finish this part, we're going to cover the top part of our cut poster board. And then we're just going to fold this down and we're going to let it sit off to the side and dry until it is all the way dried and a little bit ready to mess with. So we'll give it a little time to set. All right, so I think that should be good. Once it sets down for a second, it should be good and dry. So let's add a layer of Mod Podge to the top of this. So you really want to get really good around the cut slits right here so that the card fully attaches to it. And then we're going to go around the other edges like we did the bottom part. All right. All right, so we got that part done. Let's go around here. All the way around the corners and the edges. Then we'll add a little bit to the middle again for some extra security. All right, a little bit in the middle right here. Not a lot, a thin layer. Try not to make it too chunky. All right, I think that should be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and fold the top poster board down and over. And again, you just kind of want to crease it. So for a few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and set this off to the side. We want it to get nice and dry and all stuck to each other. And then we are going to move on to some other things. We're gonna make our hearts and our envelope full of love. All right, so I'm just gonna check it really quick. Let's see how it's doing so far. Oh, it's actually already good. But like I said, we are going to set this off to the side. Let it get a little more dry.
It's like magic.
Like magic. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on our hearts. And we'll get started with the main one. So for this part, you are going to need some cardstock. For my project and my design, I used red cardstock and red glitter. So what you want to do is cut out hearts with your cardstock. You can use a cutting machine, but if you are good with scissors and you have a lot of patience, you can cut them out by hand. I did use a cutting machine. I'm a horrible cutter. So I did use my cutting machine. And what you want to do is grab your Mod Podge again, and you want to add a layer onto the top of that heart. And we are going to cover this in glitter. And then maybe even add another layer of the Mod Podge and more glitter if it is not fully covered on the first round.
You know, Bianca, I have to tell you, I love how you're using a scrap piece of cardboard or paper underneath your heart right now. So then you can kind of save the chaos, but also save the glitter too.
And you know, I'm glad you think that, because I'm not this disciplined at home. Sometimes at home I don't care and it gets really crazy, but I have been trying to do better. But yes, I've been trying to work on saving my supplies more. So definitely add some type of paper underneath so that you can use more of your glitter instead of having to dump all that unnecessary glitter out of your bottle. So there we go. Actually, it came out perfect pretty much on the first try. So these are going to be our hearts that are going to go on the inside of the pop-up card that will actually be the ones that pop up. So we'll go ahead and set this off to the side. That actually went a lot easier than I expected. It took me a few rounds to make these other ones at home. So we'll go ahead and set these to the side. And then I will show you how I covered my foam hearts with the Glitterific. Let's see, it is called, I believe, Tangerine Mandarine. So I went and got some foam hearts. Let's go ahead and clean this up really quick and set it off to the side. We don't need that glitter anymore. All right. So I wanted to add a lot of texture and dimensions to my card. So I didn't just use scrapbook paper and cardstock. I actually went out and got some foam hearts. And then I wanted them to be a little bit glitzy. So I just grabbed a paintbrush and then the Glitterific, and then I added it onto the top of my foam heart. So most of them are already done, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate one of them to you. So you might have to do this one a couple of times to get it fully covered. I did have to go over mine, I think twice. And if you want to get super detailed with your card like I did, you might want to turn on the show because this part does take a little while if you're going to do as many hearts as I did. So you can kind of already see it getting covered here. We'll add a little bit more. Let's see. There we go. So we'll let this one dry, the first layer dry, and then we'll move on to our other hearts in the meantime. All right, so that's our first layer, but once you go back and maybe you do a second or third layer, it should turn out to look like the rest of these. So I'll go ahead and set this one off to the side, let it dry. And then we'll set the rest of these off to the side, and I'll talk about our scrapbook paper hearts. So at home, I just had some scrapbook paper laying around, and I used my cutting machine to cut them out. So this is what they look like. I have a few different patterns here, and you do want to cut your hearts out at different sizes so that you have a little bit of dimension throughout your card, and so that everything, you know, is a little bit different. So I have multiple sizes here. So we'll go ahead and separate them. All right. So these are our scrapbook hearts. You can use cardstock definitely if that's what you have at home. All right. So that is good to go. And now we are going to jump into decorating our card. This is the fun part. I think the card should be done drying by now. It was actually pretty good when we finished it initially. So I think it should be even more than good now. So let's go ahead and set all of this off to the side and bring our card back. And we will start with the outside of it while we let the inside dry a little bit more. Let's see, which side do we like better? I think I like this side better. All right, so for my design.
We do have a question. Some people are asking, how many of each heart style did you prepare for this?
How many of each heart style? That is a good question. I think I cut out about 13 hearts of each pattern, but you definitely don't need that much. I think I overcut. I think it's better to have more.
You were very excited.
I would rather have too much than not enough, but looking at my card, I think I probably only used about maybe 30 hearts, and I think I have well over 30 hearts here. So I would say maybe stop about maybe at 30 hearts.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you can get as creative as you would like with your design at home, but if you're going to follow what I'm doing here today, I actually made an envelope full of love and hearts. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. We are going to add some Mod Podge to the back of it, and then we are going to stick it to the front of our card. And the reason I chose to go with the heart is because I wanted the inside of the card to say sending you love, and I just kind of thought that that tied in perfectly with the theme. So just a thin layer of this, and the Mod Podge really works with everything, honestly. Like I said, you can definitely use a glue gun if that's what you have, but this works just the same. So go ahead and flip that over. I am going to tilt mine sideways instead of straight up. If you need to add a little bit more, you definitely can. I'm going to add a little bit to the top edge of my envelope. All right, there we go. And then this is the part where you get crazy with your hearts. So you just kind of want to fill up your envelope with as many hearts as you would like. I'm going to start with one of my glitter hearts, and I actually am going to add one of these to the outside, but probably only one. Let's see. Is this? Yep, I think that's the perfect size for this one. So we'll start with this one. It gets a little messy, but that's okay. We can blow that off. What I will say about the hearts that have the glitter on them, especially the smaller ones, when you're decorating the outside of your card, you probably want to save those for last because those are more of an accent and not necessarily the base hearts of your card. So I'm probably going to add those on last. All right, so let's blow some of this off. All right, I think that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this right in the middle. And it's already coming together and cute.
So Bianca, I have to tell you, you have so many compliments in the comments
Really?
about your sweater and how your nails match. So you are just the cutest little Valentine's love and galentine for this tutorial.
Thank you so much, guys. My nails are not on purpose. These are actually very old nails at this point, but they do tie in. And I said that when I walked out, I was like, wow, it looks like I did this on purpose. But thank you guys so much. Pink is actually my favorite color. If you can't tell by all of the pink that I'm here
You can't tell it all, Bianca.
All right, so we have our main heart on there. And then with this part, it's not strategic. I don't have a plan. I'm not looking at any picture or anything. I'm just gonna follow my heart, literally here. All right, so I'm just gonna bring some of these in. I bring in some of these, some of these. We'll bring in some of our polka dots. And then let's do some stripes too. Let's do a few stripes. All right, guys, so we're just gonna go crazy with the heart. So let's see, let's start with, let's see. I'm gonna start with the polka dot one. I think I really like the polka dot one. So just wanna quickly add a little bit of Mod Podge to the back of each one. Not a lot, just a little bit. So we're gonna add a heart there. And then I think I like this striped one next to it. Yeah, I think I like that one peeking out just a little bit. So we'll add some to the back of that. And let's see. So we're just gonna fill the envelope up enough until it looks really full and about to burst. So we got our polka dots, we got our stripes. Let's see, let's add one of these in there. We want it to look nice and layered. I really like these colors actually. All right. Add another one. And then let's see, like I said, we're gonna save the glitter ones for the last part, but we'll just keep going in. Let's see, let's just add some hearts in some random places around our envelope. What I would suggest, even though we are following our hearts here, when you're layering them, you do want the bigger ones to be in the back of the smaller ones, because of course, if you put the bigger ones on top of the smaller ones, you won't see the smaller ones. So just be conscious of that when you are layering. I'm gonna stick one more of those right here. All right.
So Bianca, some people are wanting to follow you on your social channels. Could you give yourself some shameless promotion for yourself?
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram at I am Bianca Octavia, and I will spell it out. It is BIANCA OCTAVIA. I know that was a little wordy, but yes, Bianca Octavia. Actually, all of my social platforms are the same @name. I would love if you would also find me on YouTube. That's where I post a lot of my tutorials and videos. And I actually have a crafting podcast. So we have a lot of fun with that. I would love for you guys to come and sit on the pink couch with us. We literally sit on the pink couch. And while we're talking, we make crafts and we have crafty cocktails. So you guys can find me there. All right. We are getting full here. We are making progress. All right. So I feel like the envelope is full enough. If you guys want me to add more, I definitely will. I'll add one more there. I don't think I like that one though. Let's see. I don't like that one either. Let's see. Did we try the stripes? Let's look at the polka dots. Yeah, I think I like the polka dot one. So we'll add that one there. And then we will start to add hearts on some other places on the front of our card. All right, so we'll put this one here. And then we will add some more around it. But I think that's pretty full. Let me know what you guys think. If you think I should add some more, I definitely will. So let's clear off some of this glitter first of all. Glitter is very messy. I love glitter, but sometimes I don't like to craft with it because I don't like to clean up, but it's so pretty. Okay. All right, that's decent. So now we can start adding more hearts around. So for my design, I'm gonna add some around here. Then I'm gonna add some to the other corners, maybe down here. I'm only gonna do 2 corners, not all 4 corners. Less is more to me sometimes. Even though I'm very extra, I do try to keep things simple. All right, so let's bring in a few more of our hearts and see where we want to put them in at.
So you already have so many compliments on how cute the card is looking already.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. I would love to see what you guys come up with at home. And even though we are doing this for Valentine's Day, you can do this for any celebration, any holiday. So once you make this for Valentine's Day, you know how to make it for Father's Day, Mother's Day. I think this would be really cute for Mother's Day if you did flowers, like a bouquet of flowers on the front of the card instead of hearts. So maybe instead of this being an envelope, it could be a basket and you could fill it up with flowers. I think that would be really, really cute. So if anybody tries that, please find me on social media and send me the picture. I would love to see it. All right, so we got some hearts going on our corners. We'll add that one there. And then let's add a stripe on top of this. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. So like I said, I have no plan. I'm just following my heart. At home, if I were doing this, I would be watching a good show, not even thinking about where I'm going to put anything. I would just be zoned out, and my hands and my mind would just be doing the work for me. All right, so let's add these hearts up there. I think I like how that looks. I think I want to add in one of these though with this pattern on it. So let's take that one out. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So we're gonna
What's so fun about this is that I love how you place out the hearts first, where you say you don't have a plan, but you're giving yourself a little bit of a plan, some guidelines, if you will. And then you can be like, okay, I'm going to commit and I'm going to glue it now.
Yes, I have definitely learned that in my crafting journey. I might not have a plan, but I am going to make sure that I don't have to go back and backtrack. So yes, if you are doing this at home, I would definitely suggest at least placing them down first, just to make sure, because once it's on there, guys, it'll come off, but it's not going to look good. So that is the suggestion I would make when following your heart. All right. So once we get these attached, what I might do actually is add a little bit more so that they look like they are floating out of the top of the envelope. And then we're going to go back over it and we are going to add in our glitter hearts. All right. I think I'm good with that. I think I'm good with that. It looks a little plain right now, but I have a surprise at the end that's going to really fill this up. So like I said, let's just add a few more to the top of our envelope. And then I think we'll be done with this part. Yeah, I think I like that. So let's do that. That fills it up just a little bit more. Do I want to add in? I think I'm good with that. So I'm actually having a Valentine's Day party this weekend. And I plan on giving one of these to each of my friends that are coming. So
they're going to love that. They're going to feel so special with these big, you have to get a really cute Instagram picture to post of them holding up these big, beautiful cards. And you can say that it was special for them.
I hope they are not watching this because I want them to be surprised when they see it. But yes, I will post a picture of everyone that gets a card. I know they'll love it. They can always expect something handmade from me. Every holiday, every birthday. They already know. Okay, So we'll add. I want to do a smaller one of these. That one is a little bit too big. Nope. Oh, here we go, right here. Here's a smaller one. There we go. All right. So that is going to be the last of the scrapbook hearts. And then we are going to add in our foam hearts quickly with the Glitterific on them. All right, guys, let me know what you think. If you think I should add in some more hearts, I will. If not, I will keep going. All right, so let's grab some of our foam hearts and accent the front of our card. All right, so again, we're gonna use Mod Podge on the back of these. All right, so these are actually stickers. However, I just went ahead and placed Mod Podge on the back of them. I thought it'd be a little bit quicker. That's what I did at home. So let's see. There we go. And another reason why you don't want to put these on first is because these are actually thicker than the scrapbook paper. So I don't think that would work out well if you try to put paper on top of these thick foam hearts. So we just want to randomly place them throughout. Got to keep blowing off that glitter. All right. And we're even going to add some down here around our corners. All right. So do you guys have any Galentine's Day plans?
Well, let me see. Let me see what people are saying, Bianca. Give them a little bit of time to respond. We just have some people, I mean, we just have them so excited about following you. They call you the millennial Martha Stewart. They said that's awesome.
You guys move fast.
Yes, they do. We have somebody said that they love the idea of a fountain effect with the hearts to have them look like they're pouring out. Yeah. And then let's see here. I'm not sure about Galentine's. They just said they're so pretty.
Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I know you guys will go and put your own spin on this and it'll probably look even better than this card here. So again, I would love to see what you guys come up with. Okay, let's see. We're definitely going to add some more. I just want to take a look at what I have here. So let's see, what areas of opportunity do we have?
There's lots of area for opportunity.
So let's see. I think I want to add one there. Over there. Maybe later on, once the card is finished, we might go add in a little bit more. But like I said, I do have a surprise at the end that's going to kind of fill this all the way up. So I don't want to do too much right now. So we'll go ahead and just add one more of these. Let's see. I'm going to stick one inside of the envelope so that it looks like it is bursting out. There we go. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to leave it at this just for right now. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our name tag. I'm going to use some cardstock, some Mod Podge, some lettered stickers, and some twine to create a name tag that is going to come off of our envelope. Because if you're sending something to somebody, you have to know where it's going. So what I did at home was I already had a gift tag and I used that as a template to cut my tag out. Now you actually can use a gift tag if you actually like the gift tag that you had, but I wanted mine to match with the design that I was creating. So I just went ahead and cut out some of my scrapbook paper. And then I'm gonna hole punch it because our twine is going to go through that hole. So I'm just gonna set this right here for now, and then I'm gonna grab our twine. It's probably a little bit longer than it needs to be. So we'll go ahead and cut that down. All right, let's see. That's still a little too long. All right, there, still a little too long. All right, there we go. I think that is good. So Mod Podge again. And if your string looks a little white, that is totally fine. It will dry clear. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my envelope up just a little bit, not a lot. I'm going to add just a little bit of Mod Podge right there. And then I'm going to stick my string right there so that it sticks and gets nice and stuck. Hold it down for a second. And then we are going to attach it to our name tag. So again, I'm extra. If you just want yours to be straight, you can, but I'm gonna try to loop it just to add in a little more detail. We might not get it, but we might at the same time. Yep, there we go, that's really cute. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of Mod Podge under it and on top of it. So let's put just a little bit in this spot right here. Again, like I said, this will dry clear, so don't worry. So let's loop it. Stick it down. Might not even need to put any on top, actually. I think we're actually good with the layer that we have there. So now we are going to, actually, I forgot about something. So more detail. So if we were to just stick this through here, it would just look like that, but I really pay attention to detail. So I'm gonna stick this heart right here on top of it. But first I'm gonna hole punch the heart as well. So there we go. All right. So let's, first of all, grab some Mod Podge, put some on the back of this heart, stick it on the top of our name tag. You want it to line up with the hole on the name tag, just like that. And then we are going to stick it through there. I want you guys to see it. So it should look something like that. And then, but before we do that, we're gonna add some Mod Podge to the back of the name tag. And then once we finish that, we are going to put the letters on here that will spell out "To My Gal Pal." So put a thin layer on here. I probably did a little bit too much. Let's smooth it out. All right. So let's take it, flip it over, stick our string in, and done. So that is our name tag. So that filled up the front of our card a little more. So let's press it down, get it to stick. Blow some of this stuff off. All right, guys, so we are wrapping up on the front of our card. We're just going to take some lettered stickers right here, and we are going to stick them on. You can actually write this out if you would like. I'm not the best with handwriting. I'm a great crafter, but that's one thing I can't do. I cannot draw and I cannot cut well. So that is my weak point. But I can pick out really pretty stickers. So let's add these on. All right, so we wanted to say "To My Gal Pal." Of course, you can add whatever you would like on there. So I'm going to say "To My Gal Pal." The next card it might say "To My Bestie." So to, I'm gonna add the O, and these are really thick. I really like these because they add a lot more dimension to the card and a lot more detail. So to, I'm gonna try to get this as straight as possible on the first go around. All right, so to, then we're gonna put the M and the Y. Let's see here. Come on, M. There we go. This one is not working with me. Okay, we're gonna grab another M. But let's go ahead and put Gal Pal right here. All right.
So Bianca, you still are just gaining so many more fans in this class. Do you happen to have a Pinterest account? And if so, what is it?
I do have a Pinterest, so you guys can find me on Pinterest at Bianca Octavia, and my projects are there as well. And I would love for you to follow me. I actually, as bad as this sounds, I just found out that you could message people on Pinterest. So my stickers are not working with me. So we might come back to this part. Let's see, we'll try one more. Let's see. Okay, the A came off, guys. So let's put the A here. And then we'll try to finish it out. Yeah, this one's not working with me either, guys. Okay, we'll come back to this. No worries. We'll come back to this part. But again, at home, you do want to use your stickers to spell out whatever you would like for it to say for your Galentine. And there is a last step for this, but we're not going to do it right now. We are going to open up our card now, and we're going to decorate the inside. So this is the even more fun part. So open it up. You guys can kind of see it from here. I'll show you it from the side. All right, so I'm going to try to lay it like this as best as I can for you guys to see it. So let me explain it before I do it. You're going to put your hearts on the front of the folds. You can put something up here. I have not tried that. If you tried that at home, I would love to see how that turns out. But we're going to put our hearts on the front of our cards. Well, not on the front of our card, but on the front of our folds. So we're going to start with our biggest heart. I feel like that is the focal point, and that should go in the middle. So we're going to take some Mod Podge and we're going to put it right here. And I want to go back to what I said in the beginning. So now you can kind of see what I meant. You want your strips to kind of be the same size as the hearts you're going to use. So make your strips and then be mindful when you're making your hearts to kind of make them, if not the same size, almost the same size, because if this were super small, you would see a lot of that strip behind there. So let's go ahead and grab some Mod Podge. I'm actually going to fold this for a second. We're just going to go ahead and add some Mod Podge to the back of all of our hearts that we will be using so that we can quickly get it on there. Let's see. So again, thin layer on the back. Try not to go too heavy. And you only need to add Mod Podge to the part of the heart that is going to stick on the strip. So that's probably going to be the lower half of the big one. For the smaller one, because it is smaller, I think that most of the heart should be covered. We will see. All right. And again, we're making a mess with the glitter. That is okay. I will blow that off once we finish. All right. So let's do a fourth one. All right. And then we will start sticking this on and our card will be coming together. Okay. Smooth these over and start sticking them on. So open your card back up, smooth it over. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to do this as best as I can so that you can see it. I know this is a little weird with the view for the card. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it on there. All right. And so once you get all of your hearts stuck on here, you definitely want to fold your card down. And again, maybe set something heavy on it and probably let it sit for maybe like 30 to 40 minutes just to make sure that everything is nice and secure. All right, so I think that one is good. We're gonna go ahead and add a second heart here. So you can kind of see it coming together. I'll flip this around in a second so that you can see it from the front view. All right, and then I think with this one, we will double up our heart. So let's add one to the top of it. And then we'll add one to the bottom of this heart. A little more dimension, a little more texture, a little more wow when the person opens up the card. So let's see.
I don't think we're going to have any worries about a wow factor for this project, Bianca.
I don't think so either. I don't even think the person is going to expect for it to all pop up when they open it. You are very right about that. Okay, let's see. Do I want to add? Nah, we'll leave that how it is. All right, I'm going to blow some of this glitter off. What you can do at home, I never throw away old towels. I always keep my old ugly towels and I set them down for stuff like this. Or you can get some, what is the plastic wrap or paper that painters use? So let me turn this around. Like a drop cloth, a plastic drop cloth. So that is what it looks like from the front view, guys. So these are just our base hearts. We're gonna go in a little more and we will get it nice and filled up. So I'm gonna turn it back around. I just wanted you guys to see it. So now let's see, can I do it this way? I'm gonna do it this way. How about that? It's a side view, but at least you get to see it fully. Okay, so just grab your scrapbook hearts, bring them back in. And once again, we're just gonna follow our hearts, guys. No real plan here. We're just gonna do it and stick them on until we are happy. And you guys can guide me if you would like. All right, so we got some hearts, we got some polka dots, we need some stripes. And we need some of our glitter hearts. All right. All right, so we're just gonna glue these in random spots, guys. We're gonna grab our Mod Podge and get to work. So let's prop this up with something here. Let's see, I have a jar here. We're gonna set this behind it. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some Mod Podge to our first heart and stick it on. Super easy, guys. Like I said, it looks hard when you first look at it, but it's actually not. It's not a hard
Probably
project.
all the prep work of cutting out all the hearts.
Yeah,
The
it's
biggest
more
thing.
so. It's more so the prep work than anything, but actually putting it together is really, really easy. All right, so that is our first heart. We're just gonna put these in random places. So I'll go ahead and plan it out. Why not? So let's see. I'll layer that. We'll put this here. I actually have one more glitter heart that I might use in here, just because. Why not? We don't want it to go to waste. All right. So maybe something like that. And then we'll put some down here. And then maybe one here. It's the overboard for this project. Overboard is perfect for this project. Okay. It is loads of love. So we do want to put loads of love in here. All right, let's see. Let's swap this one out. We don't want too much of one in the same spot. We'll add this one here. Is this view okay for you guys, or would you prefer for me to flip it around?
It's okay, Bianca. We can see what you're doing and it allows you to work. Because I think if you tried to do it right way facing, you'd be blocking yourself from getting some hearts.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's see. And then we'll add in the glitter hearts last, just like we did with the front of the card. So let's add that one there. Yeah, we'll layer that one there. And then we'll add some around this one. Let's see. All right, and then we'll add one more right here. And then, like I said, we'll go in last with the glitter hearts. And then I have a gold surprise at the end. Might not be a surprise if you already saw the picture that we used for the event, but that is my surprise at the end. Okay, so any more polka dot hearts? This big one back here. So I think this is what I'm gonna go with, guys. Again, you can let me know what you think. We have not added in the glitter hearts yet, but I think that will fill up the rest of our card. So we're gonna go ahead and add these on quickly. All right. So again, thin layers, not too thick. If you get too thick, your paper will start to get lumpy. This is just scrapbook paper, so it is a little thin. You don't want to use too much on the back of it. If you have cardstock, you probably can go a little bit heavier, but I don't think you need to. All right. I really
You just
like
make this
paper.
look so simple. It's just you're so quick and so proficient and just so like we can see your creativity just blossoming on the paper, and it's really exciting.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I think we're all creative. Like I said, turn on the show and you'll be surprised what you can do. once you have the show on, you just kind of zone out. And next thing you know, you have a card full of hearts. And you don't even know how it happened.
From edge to edge, it's going to be filled up.
All right. I'm actually going to try to do all of these at one time. Let's see how that works instead of doing them separately. This is a trial here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying it out. It might work, it might not. Let's see. All right. Do I want to place that? We're going to place it right here. My plan might work, might not. I don't think it's going to work for that top part, though. All right, so we got two small sections done. Let me get this off of here. As best as I can, some dried up glue. We'll add a little bit underneath it. All right. We'll come back at the end and try to get that off of there.
You could just put a glitter heart on top. Nobody will know.
See, you are crafty. You are so right. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. Let's do them one by one. And we are, I would say, 80% of the way done. Actually, almost 90. So we'll add that there. We'll do this one. And again, just like the front of the card, my suggestion would be to add the bigger hearts in the back and the small ones in the front. I think it just makes sense. But if you are going to use the same size heart, just make sure you offset them so that they don't cover up the ones that are behind them. All right, so let's put this one here. Okay. Actually, let's try to tilt this one just a little to make it a little more fun. All right. And then we'll finish off this section down here. And I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what the surprise is. It's gold paint. I'm going to go in with a circular sponge brush. And we're just going to add in some dots of gold just to kind of finish it off and fill it up. That way you are not spending hours and hours cutting out hearts when you're prepping. I think the gold at the end, the gold dots, it kind of fills it up and it's really quick to do. All right. So we'll add that heart there. Move it up just a little bit. All right. And then we have one more section that we are going to do right here. And then right at the end, we are going to add our message on the inside, which is going to read, "Sending loads of love." At home, I was really trying to come up with something catchy to say. That is another one of my weak points. I can never figure out catchy sayings or fun sayings. I always struggle with that. But this is the best I could come up with this one. So hopefully you guys like it. Like I said, I did try to tie it in with the envelope to make it make sense.
I think it makes sense. And I think a lot of other people think it makes sense too.
Thank you guys. Let's move that up just a little bit. All right. A little bit to the back of this last one, I think. We'll look at it before we say this is the last one. All right. All right, let's flip this thing up and see what we are working with so far. Oh, wait, one fell. I thought that one was on there. Let's put it on. All right. Now we can pop it up and look at it and see how we feel about it. And a quick tip at home with this material poster board, afterwards, I was able to go over lightly with a damp cloth to remove any glitter or dried up glue that I did not want. So we'll switch to our front view for a second and let's see what we think. What do you think,
It's
guys?
so cute.
Thank you.
Everybody loves it so far.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go in and we are going to add in our glitter hearts really quick, just to kind of accent it, like I said. So let's grab our foam hearts and we're just gonna put them in random places. Once again, not strategic. Don't overthink it. Just follow your heart. Let's see. But keep in mind that we are going to go back in with the gold dots, like I said. So try to leave a few empty spaces. I think that this is good enough, honestly. Oh, but we do want to cover up this one because that one had the glue on it. You know what, guys? What would be a cute idea at home? I'm not going to do it here, but I think it would be really cute if you were to like layer up your hearts. I don't have enough, so that's actually not where I'm going to do it. I literally just thought of this at this moment, but I think that would be really cute if you tried that at home. So let's go ahead and add in our glitter hearts. And then we will be almost done here, guys. All right. So let's see. We'll add this one. Where is everyone from? I would love to know. Where is everyone?
Oh, we had some people tell us where they were from in the beginning. Let me see if I
Really?
can go back. Yes, we have Paula from Indianapolis.
Oh,
We have, let's see here. So hi, Paula, if you're still with us. Barbara's from New Jersey.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Ooh, East Texas.
Oh yeah, there's more people that are saying it now. Now everybody's going to be chiming in. Okay, so we have East Texas, we have Indiana, we have California and Florida, another Cali,
Yeah, hi, Dee.
Austin,
Hi, Tina.
Texas,
Ooh,
Arkansas, yeah,
Queens. Dallas. I've never been to Dallas.
Brooklyn, North Glen.
Oh, wow. You guys are everywhere.
People from everywhere, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I've been to almost half of the places. Oh, I've been to Maine. Maine is really beautiful, especially in the summertime. Okay. All right, guys, let's pop it up and let's look at it one more time. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to go back and add some more, I can. There we go. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do one more thing here before we add in our gold dots. Let's flip this back around this way. I am gonna do one more thing because like I said, you guys, I am extra. What I do wanna do is this right here. So see how we have that white space? So some of the white space you can't avoid because of the shape of the heart. But what I did do with my first card is just kind of go in and add some of the scrapbook hearts just to try to cover it up a little bit more. Might not cover it all the way up, but it does cover some of that negative space.
Somebody had mentioned earlier that you could cut those out a little bit narrower if you didn't want them to be seen. So I guess it's just really a personal preference.
Yes, that is a personal preference. Like I said, however big you want your hearts to be, they should probably line up with the size of the strips. So you are very right. Okay, so let's add one here. Let's see. No, we don't want to do that one. I might want to add that one there. So let's see. That was a great suggestion. Thank you.
Somebody's saying that they can't wait for you to add the gold. They're in anticipation.
Yeah, we're almost there, guys. I just wanted to show you what you could do if needed. So we'll quickly add some onto these other ones right here. And then we will get to the gold part. And I actually really love that gold paint. This past week, I turned a glass vase into a beehive. And if you want to see that, you do have to follow me on social media. And the bees that I ordered to put on the beehive, they came yellow and black, but I didn't like that. So I actually used the treasure gold to paint them gold. And the bees look so expensive. They look so high end and so expensive once I put the gold paint on them. I wish I had one.
Treasure gold.
Yeah,
I
treasure
would put
gold
it
is
on
really
everything.
Yeah. And it dries really fast. I really like that. All right. So we got one more strip that we are going to add some hearts to. Let's let this one sit. Where am I from? I am from Atlanta.
And Plaid's office is out of Atlanta, so Bianca is local to us.
Yes, which I never knew until I first came here. I was very surprised at that. All right. Let's get this on here, guys. One more, and then we will be done with this part. So this is optional, but I did just want to show you guys just a little hack in case you run into that problem. If you even care, you might not even care. Actually, not that one. You might not even
Can't
care.
have two patterns the same next to each other, can we?
Yeah, you don't want to put the same pattern next to each other. So I did have to switch that up really quickly. All right, so we'll tilt that one out just a little. All right, so what I'm actually going to do right now is fold this all the way down. Let's get this glitter off of here. This is the back side of the card. I'm gonna go ahead and fold this down and we'll get started on the front side of our card with the gold dots while we let everything on the inside get nice and flat and dry. So let's flip this back over. Uh-oh. All right. Let's blow some of this off. So grab your treasure gold paint. And then you're also going to grab a circular sponge brush. Let's go ahead and take that off. And then we will pour a little bit of this out. Let's see, we have some paper right here that we can use. Let's pour just a little bit of this out. And then we're just gonna go through and create some dots, guys. Light coat, not too heavy. And if this is not dry, by the time we finish, I do have a finished product that I can show you guys. At least you'll know what it'll look like. What brand of paint is this? So this is Treasure Gold Folk Art. All right, so we got it nice and covered. Before you start to press your brush down, make sure you look at your brush and it's totally covered, because sometimes it tricks you and it's not fully covered and you don't know until you're done trying to make your dot. So I'm just gonna go through and randomly place our dots on. Sometimes I twirl it slowly just to make sure everything is nice and covered. So that's our first dot. So whoever it was that was excited about the gold, this is that part. All right. So we're just gonna randomly add these throughout. Like I said, I think it kind of fills up the card and also gives it just more texture. All right. So we'll add a few throughout the front, and then we'll try to add a few inside as well. All right. So you guys can guide me with this one too. If there's a place you would like for me to place a dot, just let me know. So you kind of want it to look like they're busting out of the card as well. So let's see, we'll put one here. And then what you can really do, if you really want to get in there and add more texture, once this is dry, what I did do on my first card was, once the gold dots were dry, I took another paintbrush and I added a layer of the Glitterific rose gold on top of it, just so that my dots would have glitter as well. All right, let's see. We'll add a few more. And then guys, we will be almost there. So let's see. Do we want to add one?
Top left.
Top left.
Oh, not that far. I was thinking like, no.
So maybe like right here or top.
I was thinking the other side, but you can put it wherever you think looks good.
No. I want to follow you guys. So let's see. You said top left. I'm gonna try one out. We're gonna layer it over top of the heart. Let's just see. I kind of like that actually. Let's see. It's a little bit more in this corner. Might have to go over them just a little bit. Let's see, there we go. All right. And then what you can do too, once the gold dots are dry, you can maybe even go in a little more with the glitter hearts and add them, you know, like a little layer. You can overlap them. Let's see, we'll add one down here just to tie it in. And again, you can fill your card up as much as you would like. I do like to keep my crafts simple. This is by far simple, however.
Very extra for your simple style.
This is by far simple. However, I'm not gonna fill it up a bunch. I'm gonna try to, let's see. Guys, I think that's all I want to add, I think, for me. Let's look. I might add one more, maybe right here. Maybe right here. You can buy different sizes of these if you want smaller ones. So I think one there, maybe one even right here. All right. And then we're just going to do the same thing on the inside. So let's see. I'll even add one here, just two. All right. So I think that's the most that I am going to do with the dots here, guys. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to let this dry. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and flip it up. And then we're going to add some to this side. Now, it might be tricky for you guys to see this part because I don't want to lay the front side all the way down. So I'm going to try to do this the best that I can. So let's bring this here, get some of that glitter off, and we are pretty much done. The only thing left to do is add our saying to the inside. So let's go through. We are just going to add these in the negative spots. So the spots that are not filled with anything. So that is dot number 1, if you can see it. So let's see, I see about 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 empty spots. Can you guys see that there? Yep. There we go. So that is 2, 3. This part is actually kind of fun. All right. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the wax that they use to close envelopes when they send out wedding invites. It kind of looks like that. All right, so I'll add one down here. Then we'll add just a few more, not too much, just enough. Maybe even one right here. I'll bring it over so you can see it. Twirl it, get the circle nice and full and filled up. And then maybe one up here in the corner. And I'm going to turn it around so that you guys can see it from the front view as soon as I finish this one here. And a tip, if you are in a rush, which I don't think you would be in a rush if you're making something like this at home, but if you are, circle paint sponge, yes. You can use a blow dryer to try to get it to dry a little bit faster. All right. So I'll add one more over here in the corner and flip this around, let you guys look at it. So bring this over a little more so you can see. All right, so I'm gonna turn this around, let you guys see it. And you can tell me what you think. So that is the inside of our card. So guys, I think that's pretty filled up. So we are going to go ahead and do our last step and add a saying inside of our card. So I have these glitter stickers right here, and they say, sending loads of love. These are stickers, but I'm just gonna go ahead and glue them on. I'm not gonna peel them off individually. I would not make you guys sit here and watch me do that. That might take me a little while, but let's see, sending loads of love. And I really like these too because they're nice and thick. Again, like I said, I wanted a lot of texture with this project. Let's go ahead and just bring them all over here. Sending. So we're missing an N with sending. We will find it. There we go, right there. So sending. Go ahead and grab loads. No, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Louise.
I think everybody who's been in this class has just thoroughly enjoyed your teaching style and your
Thank
creativity. So I want to thank you as well. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you guys. I had a lot of fun. This is a really fun project, actually. You know what? If you have crafty friends, I only have one crafty friend, but if you have a group of crafty friends, this actually might be a project that you guys could do together for a Galentine's night. I think that would be really fun, but someone would have had to watch this live.
And it is okay. It doesn't have to be live. There was a link a little bit earlier on saying where you can find the live after it has ended. So it's pre-recorded and you can watch it again whenever you're doing it and just relive it.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And you guys can even watch it during the Galentine's night.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So do I want this straight across is the question. Yeah, I'll keep it simple. So, oops, didn't mean to blow those. So we'll wait for the glitter until afterwards. So let's see. Let's sit our jar right here to try to keep this nice and flat for us. Okay, let's go ahead and add these on. Now, we're gonna try to get these as straight as possible, guys. You know when you write on a piece of paper that does not have lines?
You could use the ruler as a guide if you want.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Sometimes you have to get a ruler. All right. Thank you for that suggestion. All right. So let's move these up. Let's try to keep this as straight as possible. All right. And if you don't have sticker letters and they don't have stickies on the back of them, again, this is just another way that you can adhere your letters to your card, because some letters, like I have some burlap letters at home, they're not sticky. So this is just a way that you could do that if they aren't sticky. All right. And again, guys, get creative with your design. I would love to see what you guys come up with. If you don't go with this design, at least you have the technique and you know how to make it. So
I love how this is personalizable. Like anybody, like you could adapt it to any different season or holiday. It's just takes it. You could do shamrocks for
oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah, you could do even a rainbow. It could be so cute. You could do so much stuff with this pop-up idea and just take the skills that you learned today from Bianca and apply it to so many projects.
You know, I just had an idea. You know what would be really nice? If you made this card with pictures.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be
awesome?
Yeah, so like, let's just say it's your best friend's birthday. So instead of the hearts, you could print out pictures of you guys and have those pop up. And even like where we glued the hearts at the top, like if you got some, she said my cat pictures, that would be really cute. Yeah, even where we have the hearts glued at the top here, I think that would be really cute if you had like Polaroid pictures. And glue them up there instead of like having the hearts, but still keep the dots. The dots are cute. All right,
Bianca, I think the A might have fallen when you, so if you don't have the A there, it might be at your feet. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm glad you noticed that because I definitely did not. Okay, well, we'll leave space for that one. Let's see. Is it down there? I don't see it. How did you get? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so it's just right here. We're grabbing it. Thank you. All right. So guys, we are wrapping up here. If you have any questions before we get to the end, please let me know. I will try my best to answer them. So there we go. Look at my fingers, they're getting all sticky and dirty.
But it's okay because Mod Podge is non-toxic and it's easy to clean up with soap and water.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. It's really easy to get off. Really, really easy to get off. Even the paint that we use is very easy to get off. All right, so let's see what we have so far. Is this pretty straight? I think
looks
so.
Pretty straight.
Yeah, 2 more words. Sending loads of thank you guys. All right, so we got our O. And then another suggestion, if you find 3D stickers that don't have glitter on them, but you really want them to be glitzy and glamorous, just like what we did with the hearts, just add a layer of Mod Podge, dump some glitter on them, and done. Super easy, super simple. All right, so sending loads, let's straighten up our F just a little bit. And 1 more word, guys, and we are done. The letters for the front, I don't think they're gonna work out. I'm not sure what happened, but I do have my other card here, so I can show you that example. Just
That's
so you know.
Yeah, I'm sure so you have a friend named A, and it's just 2A, and you're sending her loads of love.
2A, yes, my mother's name actually starts with A, so we'll say it's for Angela.
Perfect, we'll make it work.
All right, guys. 1 more letter here. And like I said, all this glitter and stuff, what I did afterwards was I just went over it with a light damp cloth, and it just came right off. It came right on off. All right. So there we go. Let's look, let's see if that's straight. I think so. Straighten the F up just a little bit. Looks like it should come down just a little bit. Let's move this out of the way. Show us the Mod Podge bottle and gold paint bottles. Certainly. So this is, I'm gonna grab the top so that it doesn't all dump out when I show it to you. So this is the Mod Podge bottle. It is the matte formula. And then I will show you the gold paint that we used. The Treasure Gold. This is what it looks like. They actually have bigger ones. I have the bigger one at home, but this is the smaller one. Thank you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna try to blow this off. Let's see. I don't want to wipe it with my hands because I have glue all over my hands. I don't want to get it dirty. But I'll try to clean this off as best as possible. And then I'll flip it around and show it to you guys. See how it looks. All right. Okay. Try to get it as clear as possible for you guys. So this is the inside of our card.
It's so cute. I love it.
Thank you guys. If you want your message to be longer, you can certainly and definitely keep going, but this is what it looks like. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it. Oh, wow. It really matches my shirt now. All right. So close it. And then we're going to open it. And that's what it looks like. So from the front, I'm going to open it just so you can see how it pops up.
Aww.
Show it to you from the side. So that is our project, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just going to show you the other example really quick since it's right here. This is the other one that I made. So this is the front, and that is what the letters should look like. And then we open it up like that. So thank you guys for joining me today. I really had fun with you guys. I hope that you try this out at home. If you do, please, please, please find me on social media at I am Bianca Octavia. I want to see everything that you do and everything that you make. And happy Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day, guys.
Thank you so much. And don't forget to hashtag Plaid Crafts, join the Michaels community, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.